Royal Appliance, the Dirt Devil. We created that name, Dirt Devil. And I didn't have any money because I'd put my $10,000 into Invacare. This was a year later. But I did put the group together, a lot of the same people, and we bought Royal for $4 million, I think, and we borrowed $3.8. And I, for putting the deal together, I got a $20,000 fee spread out over 10 years, $2,000 a year. When we went public, I got $30 million out of that, so I thought that was a better story than Invacare. One night I met a scientist, really had an idea about a new way to sterilize endoscopes, and we met at Nighttown, and I had my partner J.B. Ritchie with me, and after about my third Jack Daniels, I decided to back this guy, and that turns out to be Steris, which you all know about in Cleveland, and I could tell you the story about hiring Bill Sanford. He did a great job, and I had a lot of people coming to me that wanted me to invest. And I'm spending my time running Invacare. I really didn't have time to do this, so I hired Mark Manser to manage investment opportunities, and we eventually created our own venture, actually an LBO, a leveraged buyout company called MCM Capital. And we've had a lot of fun with that. We've bought and sold 25, 30 companies. And I still enjoy in my spare time, well, Umberto likes to work in his yard and plant flowers. I like to work on deals, so. Now, John asked me to talk a little bit about, applying your entrepreneurial skills in a social sense. And John, I really hadn't thought about that a lot, but I guess it does apply. I guess the first thing I did after I had any money at all was to create a chair in entrepreneurship at Weatherhead, because there wasn't a chair in Cleveland. And Jack Cale, I understand you created a chair. But it's been fun to work with our business schools in the community to try to spur and encourage entrepreneurship. I've had a lot of fun heading up CIM, Cleveland Institute of Music, and we created a $40 million capital. We did a capital campaign, but got talked into sponsoring Mixon Hall. When we did it, I didn't realize what it was going to turn out to be, but now it's getting reviews as the top performance hall anywhere in the world, and it's been a real labor of love. Sam mentioned the Cleveland Clinic. As chairman, I've been able to see the clinic grow from $500 million to $5 billion, and we had a lot of fun merging with 10 other hospitals. We built new hospitals in Florida. We've got a new venture going in Abu Dhabi, but it's believe it or not, the clinic is a very entrepreneurial institution. It encourages a lot of risk taking, not with your lives, but with new medical technology. We want to be on the leading edge of everything going on in medicine. And as I say, Sam sits at my left, and we've had a lot of fun on the board there. I think one of the things I've gotten the most pleasure from is I had this idea to create a minority venture fund. I put the first $1 million in. I had no idea if people would back primarily black entrepreneurs in the city. And I couldn't believe the outpouring of concern and desire to do this. And my view of Cleveland is that the minority community is first concentrated on jobs, board positions, and so forth. But we need minority capitalists. We need some minority venture capitalists and to create business and go back in the community and help solve some of our inner city problems. So I've worked on that, and I've had a lot of pleasure from that. Dr. Loop wanted to bring University Hospital and Case and the clinic together to spawn more technology. We created BioEnterprise, and I'm really proud of what these three institutions have done. We now have more venture capital in the medical area, biomedical field, than anywhere in America now. Unbelievable what's happening. And Baiju Shaw and the BioEnterprise is really a creation out of an idea with three great institutions building it. I have been very, very thankful that I've made all my money really in Cleveland. And so I created 4 scholarships at Harvard, and the students have to be from Oklahoma or Cleveland, Northeast Ohio. And each of these students every year write me a note about, what they're doing and how things are going. And last year, a gal from Enid, Oklahoma became a Rhodes Scholar on my scholarship, so I was pretty proud of that. So there are a number of other things I've been involved in. I won't bore you with those, but I do want to comment on, lastly, on what it means to be an entrepreneur. I think first of all is the freedom that you're not really owing to anyone in the business sense. We've all got to answer to the big guy up there, but no matter what our faith. But freedom is probably the most exciting aspect of being your own boss, no matter how the size of the enterprise. And I think you have to really be able to handle ups and downs and big swings in your net worth. And most entrepreneurs I know have had big swings in their net worth, and they can handle it. So some people can't handle losing $100 million, and I've gone through that, but I've made 100 or two, so those things happen. And we joke a little bit about wealth. Is money too materialistic or not? And I think it was Joe Louis that said money is not important unless you want to buy something. And I think that with wealth comes the ability to do things, to not only obviously things for your family, but things that you want to do for society. And I remember getting out of school, all the bright kids in the class, they went into the Peace Corps, they went into research, they became professors, they were going to solve all the world's problems. And old Mal Mixon had to get a job, and I was in the middle of the class. I didn't have any money, so now I'm at an age where I've got the money to help solve some of the problems, and a lot of my classmates don't have any money. They're worried about security in the future, but they tried, early on. So it's kind of role reversal. And I think the fun of using your wealth in philanthropy and for civic contributions are a lot of fun. It's you get a lot of satisfaction out of creating things. And I think, I guess lastly, I'd say that I don't consider what I do work. It's fun. I can hardly wait to get up in the morning and go to work. It's not work. And those of you who do what I do, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And somebody asked me once if I had a fantasy or have a fantasy, and I said, sometime I'd like to kind of remove myself for a couple of years and not lose my status in the community, but just sort of go to a strange city like Phoenix with no money in my pocket. And I'd look in the jobs wanted area, and I think I could work my way up and eventually, without what I have now, do it again. I have that self-confidence in my ability to do that. So I'm going to wrap up by saying I'm very honored to speak before you. I hope I didn't talk too long. Cleveland's been a great town for me. I love Northeast Ohio. I love our community. People complain a lot about it, but I just don't have enough time to enjoy all the opportunities that are here. And I want to thank you again for honoring me with the Muldoon Award tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mel. Thanks, Sam. For the longest period of time, I used to have a sign on my desk as we were rebuilding our community, excuse me, and it said, Cleveland, Ohio is the greatest city in America to live, work, play, and raise a family. And it is because of people like Mel Mixon and Sam Miller, so you have our sincere gratitude. Thank you so much. Our final award this evening is the John J. Cale Senior Award for Creative Leadership. Creative leadership is not achieving good results a couple of quarters or a couple of years in a row. It is the demonstration of sustained leadership that over time moves an organization to great heights. Our next presenter, Jack Cale, understands what it takes to move a small company to worldwide product leadership. We are so pleased to have with us tonight both Jack and his dad, for whom both the chair and the